Well, greetings. This particular video is going to look at the principal components in strategic planning, and we're going to look at such things as a mission statement and a value statement and a vision statement, and how those relate to the overall organization. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first of these topics that we're going to talk about is a value statement. And what I've done is a value statement kind of provides a framework of what things are important within that organization, and if no one is looking, if no one is around, what do you expect folks to do? And what I've done in this particular case is I've included the value statement from my organization. And as you can see, it forms the word impact so that people can remember it. And then each of those words have a different meaning with a kind of one sentence descriptor around each of, one sentence descriptor around each of those values. Now I'll tell you, in retrospect, when I look at this is a bit long. It's a little bit hard to remember. So you may want a few less values, but you do want some values in there so that folks can keep track of what's important in your organization, what are they going to do when no one else is around, and what are those kind of governing principles that your organization is based on. And again, you might look at these and say, well, all right, that makes sense to me. And other organizations where you've got a meritocracy, or you've got this macho win-lose environment where there are clear winners and clear losers, and failures are not accepted, they're going to have a different value set. And that's why these value statements are so important. And what you want to do is find mechanisms for sharing these values and having these values adopted by your organization. There are lots of different ways to do that. One of the ways of doing that is to actually blog about it and write stories about it, and to show people as being avatars or paladins of that particular value. And so this again is an example where we took tenacity, and we were talking about tenacity within a very specific example, but this gives the organization role models that it can then use to espouse that value, and some examples and anecdotes. The same is true by writing stories or using quotes that try to capture that particular value within your organization. So there are lots of ways of doing this. What you don't want to do is just publish it within a strategic plan and say, you know what, that's it, I'm done. Because you're not done. If that's all you do, you've created a nice tome that will sit on the wall, but not something that everybody will use. So core values, again, what you're going to do when no one is around, it captures how to react to unknown scenarios. So let's move forward and talk about a vision statement. So a vision statement is going to express what the organization wants to be, what it aspires to be. It's not where the organization is right now, it's where the organization is headed. It's kind of that goal that is ahead of the group. And again, what I've done is I've pulled the one out of my particular organization, and hopefully what it captures is, look, we're not interested in being best in a small pond. We're interested in being best in the nation. Our organization is going to be nationally recognized as a leader in providing these services. And then the second part of this talks about that kind of last part, that if our customers could choose anyone, they would choose us. They're not going to choose us because we mandate it. They're not going to use our services because we mandate those services. They're going to use our services because we provide such compelling value to the organization that, given the choice between everyone, they would pick us. And so that's a very, very different type of vision for an organization. If you're a cost-cutting organization, you're going to have a very different vision statement. If you're you're a financials organization, you may have some different components of this because of the accountability. If you're a military organization, probably a different vision statement. But that vision statement, again, is expressing what you want to be in the future and what you're striving to be. All right, well, let's now talk about a mission statement. And the mission statement here is declaring the business of the organization as it is today and the intended area of operations. You know, what do we do, who do we do it to, and perhaps why. So what do? We anticipate and respond effectively. IT is still an emerging field. We can't completely control it, but we can anticipate where things are going based on our wisdom and our knowledge, and then respond effectively to a very changing world. And when we do that, we want to be innovative and robust and reliable and secure in doing that. And why do we do it? Well, we do it to educate and inspire students, to empower educators and administrators, and advance the state of education. Who do we do it to? Well, it's the University System of Georgia and its constituent institutions. So you can catch the three kind of components of a mission statement. It's a little bit of a long sentence, but it does have each of those components within it of what do we do, who do we do it to, and why do we do it. At this point, why don't, if we were in an in-class environment, we would go ahead and form small groups and work on this, and you can do that if you like, or you can do it individually, but think about what a values, mission, and vision statement would be for a small Atlanta-based accounting firm. So if it's an accounting firm, that should suggest certain values. You're on a very small team, so you're going to be spread thin in terms of what you're able to do. You've got a local focus, and it's rapidly growing based on relationships and excellent service. All right. What are you going to do? How does that tie into values or a mission or a vision statement? The focus is other small service. You're not interested in the big fish. You're interested in that personal touch relationship. And so, again, look at these, make some assumptions. There's not one right answer, but you should have a consistent answer given this type of a scenario of what your value statement would be, what your mission statement would be, and what your vision statement would be associated with this. And when you're done with this exercise, it's not a graded exercise, but email it to me. It's a very helpful exercise. It's very applicable both inside computer security and privacy and outside of that, inside your MBA program and outside of that. But go ahead and email it to me, and I'll look it over and give you some feedback on what I think about your values, mission, and vision statement for this small Atlanta-based accounting firm. All right, well, that's it for this video. Next video, we're going to pick up and continue to look at planning and talk about strategic, tactical, and operational plans. So goodbye for now. Look forward to seeing you online soon.